Hi everyone, welcome to this reading. Today's reading is a collective reading. All of my readings are timeless, so if you've stumbled across this reading, there may be a message in it for you. A bit about me first. I receive messages prior to a reading. Once I have all the messages together and I've formed a bit of a dialogue as to where the message is going, I will come and use my tarot and oracle decks to further clarify the message for the collective. The tarot and oracle decks that I use on my channel are all my own. I am an illustrator also. So as part of my spiritual journey over the past few years, I've been in hermit mode, creating and illustrating tarot and oracle decks in order to be able to use them on my channel. So the messages that I was getting through, first of all, I had a dream the other night, and in the dream, fairly prominent, was an old school phone. And I'm talking about, I'm nearly 50, I'm talking about the phone where you literally wind the numbers and you'll wait for them to go back, and you wind the next number and you wait for them to come back. So I had an old school phone in the dream, and I was also given the image of somebody that you have created boundaries with, using emotional manipulation to try and reconnect. That was the scene that played out. So when I think about an old school phone, that's something from the past. So somebody from your past who you've created boundaries with, using emotional manipulation to try and reconnect with you, to try and bust through those boundaries, to get back into, and I think of, the last 4 years, I've been in a bubble, my own bubble, focusing on my own internal growth, my own spiritual growth. Somebody from your past trying to come back in and burst into that bubble through emotional manipulation. So as I was shuffling the cards, I want to do a pre-shuffle prior to each reading, I got these cards popped out. Obstacles are lessons in disguise. And that's for this person who's potentially, if you're resonating, somebody trying to come back. I got 67, truth. And I got, I'm feeling vulnerable. The other messages that were coming through is, I was hearing, you teach others how to treat you. You teach others how you want to be treated when you put boundaries up. Are you a yes or a no person? Because if you're constantly saying yes and somebody's encroaching on your boundaries and you're constantly letting them through, they will continue to do that, because they expect that every time you are going to say yes, you are going to say yes. Once you start saying no, you teach others how to treat you. Once you start saying no, then there's potentially a bit of tension, which is where I go back to somebody you've created boundaries with is using emotional manipulation to try and reconnect, trying to manipulate you in order for you to start saying yes again. Obviously, obstacles are lessons in disguise. Maybe you're picking up on this. I'm feeling vulnerable. This is somebody, potentially the wheels are falling off and they need you to help them fix the problem. Maybe you were always the yes person for them. But obstacles are lessons in disguise. This is the time where this person needs to learn their own lessons and your boundaries need to stay up. Because if you let your boundaries down and you are the helper, maybe you're an empath, you are the helper, you actually are denying them the right to learn that lesson, because you're not allowing them to learn it. They need to be in this phase of I'm feeling vulnerable in order to, for want of a better phrase, in order to get this shit together. So I did shuffle, and as I was shuffling, I heard, you can't handle the truth. Now that is from the movie A Few Good Men. And when I think about that line, there were things that happened in that movie that were trying to be hidden, that were trying to be, I mean, it's a military movie. There were things that happened on that base that they were trying to keep suppressed because they didn't believe that people could actually handle the truth. If I think about, you know, people in your life that you've potentially created boundaries with, those boundaries have been created because if you were to tell them actually why you created those boundaries, they couldn't handle the truth, which is why they're coming back, trying to emotionally manipulate you, because they're not ready yet to see the truth of their actions. It's been highlighted to you what's going on, but they're not at that point where the penny drops and they recognize that what's going on in their life is actually a direct reflection of their behavior. So I did a random shuffle, which I use songs to further clarify the message. I put my phone on random shuffle after I've meditated, and I will ask for further clarification in songs. I got All I Want by Codaline. The lyrics in that song are, all I want is nothing more to see you knocking at my door. This is that person. Because if I see your face once more, I could die a happy man, I'm sure. I think the next line is, when you said your last goodbye, I died a little bit inside. This person feeling the pain of the boundaries that you have put up and trying to come back in. Maybe they've hit rock bottom, and part of that hitting rock bottom is they're now maybe seeing some truths in their behavior. I got True Talk from the Truman Show. Now, if you've watched the Truman Show, very eye-opening. He is an orphan baby born into a reality TV show. Doesn't have any parents, and so this production company has created this whole town, and the whole world tunes in to this reality TV show to watch his life as it plays out. And everybody externally knows the truth, but he is unaware. And through the movie, he starts to pick up on things. All of these people being yes people around him, doing whatever he says, because it's part of the film set. It's part of the reality TV show. You can't handle the truth. The truth is, if they told him that he was an orphan baby who's now being exploited as an actor in his own life, he wouldn't be able to handle the truth. And what actually happens is he then goes on this journey to find his freedom, to find his own truth. Because truth is freedom, really. And the final song I got is Whatever Lola Wants by Ella Fitzgerald. Whatever Lola wants, Lola gets. Either this person that you're dealing with is used to getting what they want, or you're used to being the yes person for this person, because maybe you couldn't tell them the truth about why you created boundaries. Maybe you're feeling vulnerable because to actually tell somebody the truth, well, it's not nice to be hurtful to somebody, but I would much rather people around me that say, hey, you're a bit of an ass today, than people who are yes people. So I'm going to pop these cards back in, and I'm going to pull some cards, and we are going to see where we go. Okay, let's get some cards. Now I will put, something just pop out. Yes. Moon in Libra, that is the Two of Swords. The moon is what's hidden. Libra is balanced. Some piece of information, a truth, Swords of truth. Two truths and a lie. Maybe you sandwich the truth when you talk to this person, or when you've talked to them. You know, you do that, giving somebody a compliment, then a criticism, but sandwiched by a compliment. And maybe they've just heard the two compliments. They've missed. They've missed what you're trying to tell them. They've missed the understanding as to why you've put the boundaries up. So as I was saying, I will put the links to those songs, the music videos in the description box. There may be more messages in the lyrics or in the music videos. I'll also list the Truman Show. King of Cups. Ace of Wands. Let me get all the cards out first before I say anything about those two. That's the Knight of Cups and the Empress. Right, the Tower. Okay, so what I was picking up on is this King of Cups and this Empress. This is you. So if you think about the King of Cups is somebody who gives. Loving, caring, empathetic, sometimes a yes person. Well, what happens to yes people? What happens to people that overgive? What happens to people that are so kind and caring that they don't recognize that they are being taken advantage of? The Ace of Wands that's fire energy. You know, think of it as a match. Something's lit. You get burnt. The King of Cups gives and gives and gives until he gets burnt. Then he learns to put up boundaries. Then he learns to put up boundaries. Now these two cards are flicked out. They scattered. This Knight of Cups here, and when I drew this card, what I was thinking about was a pigeon that flies into a piazza. You know, you have, 100 pigeons on the ground, and then one flies in and everybody scatters. A bit like these cards come out. Everybody scatters. This Empress energy is your energy. It is you deciding, instead of nurturing everybody else, you're going to nurture yourself and you're going to put up these boundaries. You've been burnt. And it's put a cat amongst the pigeons with this person that you've created boundaries with. And the Tower's come down because you were always their yes person. They've misunderstood potentially your kind, caring ways. Two truths and a lie. Positive, negative, positive. Your kind and caring little hints at why you're potentially starting to pull away. And then when you've suddenly pulled the rug from them, the Towers come in. And now they're trying to worm their way back. Emotionally, manipulatively. Ten of Swords, because they're in the Ten of Swords. They're in the Ten of Swords, which is the Sun in Gemini. The Sun illuminates things, and Gemini is the card of the Lovers. The Lovers card used to be the choice. They've been illuminated to the choice that you made of creating boundaries with them. Yeah. No more illusions. Seven of Cups. That's Venus in Pisces. Judgment. Wow. You called judgment on this person. You made a decision and walked away, making a tower fall, and they can't handle the truth. That can be fear. The moon is also Pisces. This is Pisces too. Pisces is water. But when I think of Pisces, I think of the ocean. Things that potentially behavior of theirs, bad behavior of theirs, that has been masked by all of the yes people around them, doing kind things for them, is now coming up from the depths because you've called judgment on them. I'm hearing it throwing a hissy fit. And so then they have to resort to emotional manipulation in order to get what they want. And sometimes when this happens, you know, if you let that person back into your life, you're actually on a different energetic vibration because you have evolved and they're still stuck where they are. And even if you come back together, it kind of doesn't gel because you are literally on different journeys. This person, in order to rekindle a relationship with you, needs to grow and evolve. They need to reconcile with the truth that is their behavior in order to have any chance of reconciling. And they've either realized that or they're in the process of. Part of this tower falling is hitting rock bottom, is the opportunity for them to grow and evolve. It really is that dark night of the soul. 10 of Swords here. And I think too, when you have been a yes person, you have 3 of Pentacles, they've got an opportunity to build a new foundation for themselves, but by themselves. A Wheel of Fortune, there is an opportunity here for them on offer. There is an opportunity for them on offer. When you have that dark night of the soul, when you are so used to everybody being a yes person, when you are so used to everybody doing things for you or manipulating everybody to do things for you, whatever Lola wants is that song. It is eye-opening when people don't do that for you anymore. And you have to do it for yourself. But in doing it for yourself, you actually, with the 3 of Pentacles here, you're actually creating a foundation for yourself where you're not so reliant on everybody else, which in turn puts you on the path of this Wheel of Fortune. This is meant to happen for this person. And as I said before, if you continue to help them, you're actually denying them the right to learn this lesson. You're denying them the opportunity to learn this lesson. You're denying them the opportunity of getting to this Wheel of Fortune on their own and being proud of themselves for the journey that they've been on. Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles is the card of the student. The things that they need to learn through this experience of being cut off, cut out, boundaries shown to them, judgment being called on them, in order to create their own Wheel of Fortune. That card, obstacles are lessons in disguise. And we had the angel card of the truth. There's an angel working with them about a truth that they need to reconcile with. High Priestess, things that are coming up from the depths. High Priestess is things that are hidden. That Truman Show, his whole life was hidden from him. It was all an illusion. But now things are coming up from the depths. I'm getting repeating cards. That's the 2 of Swords again. That's the moon in Libra. So this is the moon, this is the moon. We've got 3 moons. Things coming up from the depth. In order to balance, this person needing to cut things out of their life, people, toxic behaviors, you have already done that. People, toxic behaviors in order to progress, in order to learn these lessons. The South Node is currently in Libra. It's been there since halfway through last year, 2023, and it is there until January 2025. The South Node is the things that you are releasing from your life. the behaviors, the patterns, the people that you are releasing. Three of Cups, potentially third parties influencing how you are acting. Who are you, or who is this person surrounding themselves that is facilitating this behavior that you've seen and you've created boundaries for? And maybe this part of the journey for you with this person is just to observe. Yeah, Page of Pentacles. This is repeating cards. Repeating. Observe. Page of Pentacles is the card of the student. So this person is learning, but you're actually observing and learning as well. Because anybody that you come in contact with, anybody that's in your soul tribe, your close friends, your workmates, your family members, your children, they are people that you have incarnated into this lifetime with in order to learn these lessons. So whilst they grow and evolve, you grow and evolve also by watching them, by understanding maybe the back end of why you put those boundaries in place. Maybe you didn't understand at the time. Maybe you just had enough. But when you watch this person grow and evolve, you then realize, I know why I didn't understand why I did that, but now I understand why that had to happen. An Ace of Wands. This person needs to be, again, double cards. This person needs to be their own light. If you think of the Ace of Wands as a candle, a match, rather than burning everybody around them, which was this King of Cups, which was you, being burnt by this person. They have to create their own light. This is my Divine Messages Oracle deck. Let's get some messages from your guides. Reinvention. They've got to reinvent themselves. You had to reinvent this relationship by creating boundaries. Oh, did you see that? Boundaries. You had to reinvent this relationship by creating boundaries, and they are now able to reinvent themselves. I love that boundaries card came out. Spiritually rich and sound. It's a journey for them in order to realign themselves with who they're meant to be. Whatever energy they've been in, it's been toxic. You've learnt to create boundaries. Maybe that's something that you weren't good at doing. Jealousy and envy. Perhaps this person's envious of the fact that you can create boundaries. Maybe part of what's going on here is that they can't. But you've actually been a guide for them, even though it comes across as jealousy and envy. If they actually stop and look, okay, I'm jealous and envious of how that person is now created a bubble for themselves. How can I do that for myself? Childhood wounds and patterns. A lot of this stuff, and whether it's your stuff or their stuff, a lot of it comes from childhood. We learn things from our parents. They learned things from their parents. Part of my own journey, my parents were very community-based people, always helping, always on every committee, always, running school barbecues and fetes and fairs and all that sort of, forever giving. And so as children, their children, we did the same. Part of my spiritual journey has been in creating boundaries. Not because I don't want to help, because sometimes when you are a giver, people see it as an opportunity to take. But it's part of the lesson that everybody's on, you know. Divine intervention. That's that Tower. Maybe something happened within this relationship where lightning struck. Perhaps if you were a giver, you were continually saying yes to this person, and you were illuminated to something which actually made you said, right, that's it, last time, and you cut it out. And you said no more. What Lola wants, Lola gets. And you said no more. I wanted to come out. That said love offer. Serendipity. Something happened. Created by the man upstairs to change the dynamics in this relationship so that people could learn, people could grow and evolve. Delays. There's been delays, but there will be joyous resolution for this person once they learn this lesson. But I think for you too, once you actually recognize that you were part of this journey for this person. Love wants to come out. We've got true love. True love. I think true love for yourself. I mean, if this, you know, if you're resonating as a, and my ear is ringing, if you are resonating with this in terms of a relationship that you've been in, maybe it's not meant to come back together until this person has gone through this spiritual awakening. But true love for yourself, is creating boundaries with people in relationships that are not equal give and take. So we are going to get some angel oracle cards, see who is guiding you at this time, who's walking with you. Now remember, we already had the truth one come out. Fulfillment, 56, Poyel. Number 40, consolation and comfort, Yezel. Angel names are so tricky. And then this one, 26, Haya. Politics and ambition, maybe something that's happened at work, in a workplace. Somebody's trying to reconnect with you after taking advantage. 61, Yumabel, confidence. $29, Ariel, liberation and defender of spiritual truth. 25, spiritual wisdom and magic, and I'm going to get one more. 52, Imamia, prisoners. Whatever this is, it had you trapped. A bit like Truman. It had him trapped. But this truth about this person's behavior has helped you create boundaries, has helped you learn through the process. And now that those boundaries are created, this person is getting some spiritual truth. And they can either choose to be a prisoner of that truth by not doing anything about it, by doing no reflection, or they can set themselves free. Haniel, joy and divine communication. Divine communication comes when you're having a spiritual awakening. Now, for those of you where this is a love connection, I'm going to pull some love messages. If it's not a love connection and the card doesn't resonate with you, just leave it for somebody else. I'm just going to pull a few. It could be a message from your 5D self to yourself. I'm so frustrated. That's too many. That was I miss you there. Don't be hasty. Don't be hasty and let this person back in now that you've created boundaries. That is what I'm feeling very, very strongly from that card. They're frustrated because you've created boundaries and they're trying to emotionally manipulate. They feel like you're creating delays in the reconnection of this relationship. But until this person has gone through their dark night of the soul, until they've reconciled with the truth of their behavior, Spirit is saying not to let your boundaries down. Don't be hasty, because you're actually doing yourself and this person a disservice. Some lessons need to be learned is what I heard. Jealousy, again, that jealousy. Jealousy perhaps that you've moved on and they can't. They're stuck in whatever it is they're stuck in. Divine timing. This was meant to happen. Now, I said that I was only going to get a couple, but the ones that are coming out really resonate with what I've been picking up on. I need more clarity. I don't think you need any more clarity. This is this person. They need to find out the truth, but depending on where they are in their journey, they can't handle the truth. That line from A Few Good Men. And in that courtroom, it took a long time for him, Jack Nicholson. He was grilled and grilled and grilled and grilled and grilled and grilled until he finally got angry and said, you can't handle the truth. That's what this person needs to do. Spirit is grilling and grilling and grilling and grilling them until the valve is released. And the truth, the actual truth about what's happened comes out. I sabotage this because of fear. Maybe they don't want to hear the truth. You are often on my mind. Don't know where it's gone. Nope. I'm flipped over. If it's meant to come out, it'll come out. I've never forgotten you. And release. You're meant to release this person. One more. Pause. They are in a spiritual pause whilst they work on their behavior. Because, look at that. Once they have, the truth will set them free. The truth has set you free, but the truth will set them free. This is their lesson to learn. That's beautiful. Okay, finally, I'm going to get some Scrabble tiles. In here, Scrabble tiles, they've got letters and numbers on them. I'll give it a shake, see what comes out. Could be relevant to you or the person that you're dealing with. Letters, initials, something else that's relevant to this particular circumstance. I don't want too many. Oh, goodness, that's too many, but... Okay, we have a V and a 4. We have an M and a 3. It was an upside down M. An O and a 1. VMO, what does that stand for? A T and a 1. A Z and a 10. An L and a 1. A Y and a 4. An X and an 8. A J and an 8. A P and a 3. A D and a 2. An S and a 1. An E and a 10. And an F and a 4. Now, as these numbers were coming out, what I was drawn to was this, T, M, Z. Maybe something's come out about this person's behavior. Now, obviously, that's a social media site, TMZ. But in general, everyday people land, when you think about TMZ, something has been revealed about this person, potentially. Something revealed about their behavior, or who they are, or how they operate, whatever Lola wants, Lola gets. Something revealed about their behavior to the people around them. Perhaps somebody's picked up on the fact that maybe you were really close to them, but you've created boundaries, and questions are starting to be asked about why that's happened. Somebody's revealed a truth about why that's happened, and they're coming back to you to try and get you to help them clean up the mess, emotionally manipulate you so that what is shown on the exterior, and when you think about that Truman Show, what they were showing on the exterior was a facade of this poor man's actual life that was part of this reality TV show. Interesting. I just saw F. Maybe you told this person to F off. Very, very interesting reading. The truth will set them free. Okay, that is what I have for you today. Thank you so much for joining me. I really hope that there was something in this reading that resonated for you. As I said, I'll link those songs and the movies in the description box. If you are interested in any of my tarot or oracle decks, the links to those can also be found in the description box. If you haven't already, please subscribe. If you resonated with this reading, give it a like. If you want to be notified of future readings, please hit the notification bell. Thank you again, and I will see you in another reading.